Hi Chris. This is my video for Introduction to Web Technologies. It's going to be based on Week 8's lecture notes of copyright and ethics. So, what is copyright? Copyright, according to dictionary.com, is the exclusive right to make copies, license, and otherwise exploit a literary, musical, or artistic work, whether printed, audio, video. It covers both published and unpublished works. So even, for example, a manuscript of a novel not published, not available for sale or distribution, is still covered by copyright. What is ethics? Ethics, according to dictionary.com, is the body of moral principles or values governing or distinctive of a particular culture or group. Could be described as a set of rules which can govern what is right and wrong according to a person or business's morals. Why is it important to this subject? When we start to upload, create, distribute things on the internet, and it's not ethical or it's being used illegally, it could potentially lead to serious consequences. For example, in terms of the recent Facebook privacy scandal, a man was jailed for 6 months for posting nude pictures of his ex-girlfriend on Facebook. So there are two ethical issues that relate to this case. There is the protection of freedom of expression versus problems of defamation. So it's protecting his freedom of expression and versus defamation, which could ruin his ex-girlfriend's reputation. And then there's the protection of privacy, which relates to the Facebook's privacy terms, which don't allow pictures like that to be uploaded. So why else is it important to this subject? So when we create something like a website, everything we upload, distribute, create should be original. This includes links we use, text, graphics, audio, video, HTML, VRML, XML, to name a few. If the information isn't ours, it could be considered illegal to use. But in saying this, we can use any material if we have one important thing, and that thing is permission. So permission is really important in relation to something like Creative Commons. Creative Commons is a site which allows people to upload text, audio, video, graphics, for example, and it allows another user to use this work with the original creator's permission and under their specification. This is really, it's like essential for web designers and other users, and it's an important medium for the creators of the material. So even with this permission, it's really important how you use this information or this material. So it's called the fair use, and it depends on a balance of these 4 factors. So the purpose of your use, the nature of your work, the amount of work used, and the effect of your use on the potential market of the work. So for example, you can use someone's logo on your website, a business's logo, depending on, again, that how who's using it and why you're using it. So if it's being wrongly used, for example, on a pornographic site, I don't think the business would appreciate being connected to it. So can we use links? Links are perfectly acceptable. Again, it depends on who, how, and why. I'll show you the Department of Health Victoria's website, and they have a links page, and they also have a disclaimer which basically states that links in this section are to sites outside of the Department of Health website. So the state of Victoria does not endorse or control these websites, nor does it and accept any liability for this content. So, what is censorship? Censorship is basically what we're allowed or not allowed access to on the internet. This is made possible through censorware, which is basically software designed to block or filter what an organization or a person specifies. So censorship has pros and it has cons. For example, if it was being used on a university like VU, the pros could be that a student's not able to access social networking sites such as Facebook, or they're not allowed to view pornographic sites or file sharing sites, which could potentially get either the student in trouble later on or the university into trouble. A con could be it could block or filter information that is essential to an assignment or class. So wrapping up, it's basically really important to have an awareness of what you're putting on the web. Never use something that could be used against you or taken out of context, such as this picture here. Thanks for listening.